Magoo is said to be one of the people that were king that became a blood. Did you know him personally?
I met him a few times.
So what do you remember from that time when he was a king and then he became blood?
I mean, at one point, Magoo was a cool dude, you know what I'm saying? I think that a lot of the problems happen from jail when people start indulging in certain habits and they need to feed that habit. You know what I mean? So his problem was the extortion shit. He liked extorting people, putting pressure on individuals, and he was reprimanded a few times and he continued to do it. So, you know, that's the beginning of the end of Magoo being a king.
Right, because in the manifesto, you're not supposed to be indulging in certain things, right?
It's just not even just that. You're extorting. At the time, you got to understand, you're extorting. One thing is, all right, there's a difference between strong arm extortion and friendly extortion. Friendly extortion is I talk you out of your stuff without even actually doing anything to you. You know, oh, you know, they give you the arm around, yo, come here, you know what I'm saying? Yo, blah, blah, blah. And they talk you out of your own stuff. That's friendly extortion. You know what I'm saying? Or, oh, come over here and chill with me. I got you. You know, just, yo, let me get the pack of cigarettes. Yo, I got you later. Da, da, da. That's friendly extortion. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know, that happens every day in prison. So as long as the dude is not complaining that they're extorting, they're taking it, nobody could do nothing. It's friendly extortion. Now, when you strong arming somebody, actually physically taking shit from them, is where the problem comes in. So you're taking stuff from other Spanish people and other things to indulge in other things. So it starts turning into a conflict because, you know, there's certain rules that were established in the prison system when it came to the kings and the nietas. And when it comes to Latinos, we wasn't allowing anybody, not our own or anybody, extort, rob, you know, anything, you know what I'm saying, across the board. So there was those rules that we maintained them. And there was certain individuals that just couldn't maintain to those rules. So they chose to, well, I don't think he chose to. He didn't choose to leave. He was kicked out.
Well, what was your reaction when he became blood?
He didn't become blood right away like people say he did. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
He became blood afterwards because he was in the Bing already. So he became blood afterwards. He didn't just go and become blood the next day. Oh, I'm blood. Nah, they was trying to, at first they was trying to eat his food. You know what I'm saying? There was certain dudes that was in there was trying to pop his top. You know, is when he started setting the kings up, you know what I'm saying, to get hit that's when he wiggled his way into their car. You understand what I'm saying? Because
so wait, when he left, there was beef between him and the kings?
Yeah, he got X'd out. Niggas kicked him out the whip. He got kicked out the whip. He didn't get,
but I mean, like, they were like targeting him.
Yeah, he was about to get targeted. Him, there was a couple of other individuals that were on the chopping block because of the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Which were actually some of the first bloods was the ones that got kicked out of the V for that. So they robbed the kid, whatever. That was the last draw was when they robbed the kid, and they went up in his booty and took the balloons.
What?
Yeah, the kid went down on a visit. Came loaded with a couple of balloons full of whatever. And these dudes went in the yard and took him into the bathroom and went up in his joint and took them shits.
Wow. So what was your reaction when he finally became blood?
I mean, if I would have caught him, I would have, you know, he was on everybody's list. You know what I mean? He was at one point, he was King's Most Wanted.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to him?
He became the leader, one of the leaders of the 9 Trey Gangsters, which is Jim Jones.
Right.
Set, and then he got.
Isn't that 6ix9ine set too?
6ix9ine was never real blood. I'm not gonna just shit on them like that,
Right.
but he was a token.
But no, but he was associated with the
Yeah,
Nine
he was
Trays, right?
associated
Yeah.
with the Nine Trays, you know, but he was never fully whatever. He was just, you know, whatever.
Right.
I'm not gonna even, you know, they got a lot of official dudes in that set. So I, you know, my man Gato and a couple of dudes, you know, Shooter, a couple of dudes that was part of that. So you gotta give them their respect, you know what I mean?
Right.
Not associate them with a clown. But what was that? What was that? Okay, so what happened was he gets caught up on some indictment shit, sending orders to the prison system in North Carolina. So he starts doing some wild shit with the whatever he gets indicted on some RICO shit for running North Carolina from a cell in New York. So he gets extradited to the feds. They take him over there to North Carolina on some indictment. Supposedly, I heard he told, from what I heard, there was rumors that he was telling on that case, on the federal case over there, because now they got him in ADX. He's in ADX Max over there with Blood and all the rest of the big dogs now.
Oh shit.
Yeah, if you look him up, yeah, he got caught up on a nasty indictment, like nasty, nasty bodies and everything involved in some wild, same kind of case, kind of like Blood, giving orders to do this and do that, and some wild shit. You know what I mean? So if you look it up, you'll bug out. You'll be like, no way. Yeah, that shit was ugly. Shit was ugly. So,
Did you know a lot of kings that turn blood?
oh man, dudes nowadays are fucking emotional, bro. These dudes switch gangs like they switch bitches, bro. Like, bro, like, yo, you get into an argument with one dude, I'm gonna go become patria. Next day, I'm gonna go become this. Then you got other dudes that want to become king after that. Bro, this shit is like they be pancaking. Like, yeah, bro, it's crazy, bro. Listen,
So that's
me,
what you mean a lot too. Is there's no loyalty
it's
anymore?
not
Like
even
there's no.
about loyalty. Like, I've been in beef with my own people. Like, I fought it. I got cut. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been like you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, for me to leave, I'm going to be neutral. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I ever decided to be like, well, I can't even say if I decided to, because I'm not active. You understand what I'm saying? I'm still in tune, and I'm still, you know, in good graces, because I've always done what I'm supposed to do, and I always keep, you know, what I'm supposed to do there. But I'm not active. You know what I'm saying? I'm not on a day to day. You know, nah, bro. I'm cool with them. There's a party. There's a get together. Christmas or Thanksgiving, King's Day. You know, holidays, collections for brothers, whatever people need, and whatever I could do to help somebody. If I could get a brother a job, or if I could, you know, help a sister out, I'm always there to, you know what I mean?
Positive stuff.
Yeah, I'm not with the nonsense. Unless it makes money unless it's gonna make money legally.
Right. Keyword.
Yeah, I'm gonna just keep it pushing. You know, I'm not letting nothing break my peace, bro. Right now, I'm at a stage in my life that I need peace and humbleness, and I'm just trying to deal with a whole different caliber of women that are on that same type of vibe. So I'm not trying to find no type of drama. You know what I'm saying? But you got all type of different shit going on. You know what I mean? Like it'd be like, I know. For instance, there was one dude that was been a king for like 20 something years, bro. 20 something years, and he does some dumb shit when he's drinking. Some dumb shit that leads to like him being like talked about, a lot of people talking about him, joking about him. He turns into whatever. And on some emotional shit, he calls and like, yo, what if I became blood? Obviously, I'm thinking he's joking. I'm not thinking, so guy become blood. He calls June. June's like, guy. Yeah, he goes and becomes blood. Like, we like, oh shit, this dude was serious? What the fuck?
Wow.
But like, it's like, yo, bro, like, you know what it is? It's like, I don't know, bro. Like, I feel like a lot of dudes is very emotional nowadays. Like, they make you
But
right.
after 20 years, like how did
That's what I'm telling you. They be pancaking like, yo, bro. I got dudes that left the nation to supposedly go to church. Next thing you know, one's a Crip, one's a fucking Patria. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, bro, like if you, what is the, like, you didn't make it in this gang or in this nation, you're gonna go over there. And at least here you had to, like, I don't get it. Like, plus a lot of dudes too be scared of death. They land in a jail. You know what I'm saying? They'll get to the jail. The jail will be like 70% blood, 20% patria, one king. Then they get scared of death. So they'll turn around and be like, oh, I'm gonna become patria, or I'm gonna become this because they got the numbers, and they'll go to another jail and switch sides over there. Like it's like emotional. I don't know, bro. Like I don't know. I feel like a lot of these gang members nowadays are like emotional females. You know how a female be with you for 20 years, you ain't flushed the toilet, and she got mad, and now she gonna go with the next dude because you ain't flushed the toilet. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
it just be like, yo, I don't know, bro. Like I don't know, bro. These dudes is just like I said, me personally, if I'm not going, I'd rather be neutral, bro. There's no problem with me holding it down. Like, you know, back in the days, bro, I was thrown in plenty of blood houses. And listen, I couldn't live somewhere. You know, you make it happen, and you up out of there. You make a movie, make it happen, you get up out of there. You know, you ain't gonna go to the bum and be like, police, I can't live here. Oh, like I see it all, bro. Like it's like, bro, like I wish they had videotapes of the like, you know what I'm saying, like with like audio from like the dorms or the cells when shit was going on, when some of these tough guys that be on online and all this shit be like, yo, see yo, like come on, bro, like I don't, you know, man, like I'm the
When I
same dude.
interviewed
Go ahead, go ahead.
when I interviewed Blame the first time, he got teary-eyed thinking of the time when so many of his bros turned blood because of the pressure of how deep the Bloods were at that time.
Yeah,
Did you experience that too?
not really, bro. I'm gonna be honest, like when I was coming up, it was a different. Remember,
Well, you were locked up at the time, right? He was on the street.
right? He's on the street, but remember when I'm coming in,
Yeah.
I'm coming in. We were see everybody talks about the Bloods, right? And that wasn't the biggest war that we had. Was more like with the 5%ers, because every jail you went to was like a fucking 105%ers. Like everybody was God body. Like people are forgetting how strong the God body movement was at one point. And
People still rep that shit real hard.
yeah, bro, because it's you know what it is, and I'm gonna be honest with you, like I respect God bodies because it's all about knowledge, building, understanding, and it brings awareness to your mind, and it brings different type of way to read and see things, you know, from their perspective. You know what I'm saying? Everything's built on knowledge and degrees.
Different
It's almost
consciousness, right?
it's right. It's almost like the Masons. So, you know, in the beginning when the nation started, a lot of the foundation of the nation is built on 5%er beliefs and like, you know, the 360, 120, 120 power, understand. So a lot of the different things was built because remember a lot of the Spanish God bodies that left being 5% and became king brought that ideology to the nation.
Right.
And people are forgetting that the God body's been around New York since what, the 70s?
Long time.
70s or the 60s. I don't actually remember the exact. I never really did the homework on it, but I know supposedly it comes from around the same time when Malcolm X and all that stuff was.
Black Panthers.
Yeah, all that stuff. That's where the God Body Nation started, you know, in Harlem and all that stuff. And it started whatever. But that was the big beef. The big beef was with them. You know what I mean? And bro, there was a lot of times we was outnumbered, you know, but the difference is that a lot of the God bodies wasn't on that violence. They was on teaching. So it's weird. Like you'll end up building with some of the older dudes and older dudes like, nah, then you get the younger dude be like, nah, we gonna get this dude. So it was a weird thing, like going in. Then after that was the Jamaicans. With the Jamaicans that was the war that set off the Bloods. That's what really led into the Bloods coming full-fledged, because when that war went on in HDM, because that war was an HDM war. The Jamaican war started really in HDM with Scully, Shower, that started in HDM.
Didn't a lot of the God bodies become blood?
But that was afterwards. A lot of Muslims. See, this is where a lot of the confusion came in, and this is where a lot of the beefs came in. A lot of people got hit behind this because what happens is they're in one jail, they'll be repping God body or Muslim. Another jail, now they go over there, they want to be blood. So now when the Bloods don't got the numbers, they go to the next jail. Now over there, they want to go back to being Muslim or go back to being God body. So that's why people was laying that people was on that racism. Nah, you was pumping blood, you was repping blood, you was fucking with the Bloods. Now you want to come over here and act Muslim. So that's why it got to a point that people were getting at people based on the color of their skin. Because of that, a lot of that started that racism shit. Like a lot of it was based on that stuff because people were false flag or they were pancake. Like the guy that I went gun to gun with, that I got stabbed a couple of times on my shit before I went up north. When I got to the jail up north, what jail was that? What jail did I? Oh, I bumped into him in Livingston. So when I get to Livingston, we was in transit because I didn't qualify for the ASAC, KSAC shit because I had a violent crime. So I didn't qualify for that program. So that's when I was on transit. So I bump into the blood dude that I went gun to gun with over there. And so I tell the bros, I'm like, listen, when the yard opens up, I don't know what's gonna go on with this dude, but I poked this dude up and he hit me in the 4 building before we came up north. So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna hit this dude in the yard before anything, goes down. So, I don't know the upstate politics at the time. So they go and they like, yo, that dude's not blood, that dude's Muslim. I'm like, nah, that dude blood. So they went and spoke to the Imam and the Sutru. The Sutru's like the warlord of the Muslims. Like he's the guardian, defender. I don't know how to, the warlord. He's like the enforcer for the Muslims. So they speak to him. They're like, no, the brother's now Muslim. Da, 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 da. So I'm like, yo, bro, I'm not gonna let my guard down and he rocked me to sleep and he yammed me when I'm not paying attention. Either I go or he got to go. It's not going to go down because you got to be understand this is prison. So, you know what I mean? There was blood drawn. So they set up the meeting for me to go to the whatever. We sit down in the mosque and the kid, I forgot his name right now, but the blood dude comes and he's like, I want to humbly apologize to you in front of my brothers, for what happened. It's a nice proclaiming to be, straight Muslim. So I'm like, all right, bro, listen, bro. So then the Muslims took it upon themselves and they was like, if he makes any aggressive action, we'll take care of it ourselves. I said, it's going to be too late for that if I'm hit, but all right, we're going to leave it alone. So we left it alone. And, but it was like, then time goes on. Remember, now this is 90, 95. So 95, when I come back down to the island in 96, I'm on the island again in 96. This motherfucker's on Rikers Island repping blood again.
Wow.
So it is just like I said, just like them, it's just Kings was doing the same thing. It's like everybody does this, bro. There's no loyalty no more. Everybody just is flip-flop. There's no loyalty, bro. Nobody's loyal, bro. Nobody's loyal, bro. Nobody's loyal, bro. Not to the gang, not to friendships, not to relationships. Bro, everybody foolish. This whole shit